Madam, good morning. Pungoday, madam. Yes, madam. Madam, good morning. Madam, good morning. Hello. Madam, shall we start? Yes. Good morning to all. We have assembled here for the Yes, madam. Hello. Shall we start, ma'am? Pungoday, ma'am. Shall we start? You. We can hear you, ma'am. Who is that? என்ன சவுண்ட் அது யார் பேசுறாங்க மீட்டிங்ல இருக்கீங்க மேடம் ஹலோ
ஹலோ மேடம்
பூங்கோதை மேடம் மேடம் ஹலோ
ஹலோ மேடம்
ஹலோ சாய்லீலா
மேடம் சொல்லுங்க
சார்
மேடம் சுஷிலா இங்க இருக்கேன்
யார் மேடம் ஹலோ நாங்க பின்னாடி பேசுறாங்க யாரு ஹலோ ஹலோன்னு
ஹலோ சாய்லீலா
சொல்லுங்க மேடம்
சார்
மேடம் சுஷிலா இங்க இருக்கேன்
மேடம் குட் மார்னிங் ஒரு நிமிஷம் அந்த லைவ் ஸ்ட்ரீம் okay now it's okay now it's okay hello is that okay now madam please switch on your mic madam
okay
come on the video madam please madam come on the video yes madam
Sai, we have to open video or closed?
which one ma'am madam good morning madam mic on பண்ணுங்க mic
இல்ல உங்களுக்கு அன்மியூட் பண்ண முடியலையாமா
அது 1 minute madam
மேடத்தை அன்மியூட் பண்ணி விடுங்க பிரவீனா மேடம் குட் மார்னிங் மேடம் குட் மார்னிங் மேடம் கூப்பிட்டுருக்கீங்க நான் இப்பதான் மேடம் வந்து பூஜை பட்டு இப்பதான் வந்து உட்கார்ந்தேன் விளக்குதான் நீங்க கூப்பிட்டிருக்கீங்கன்னா அதுக்குள்ள ஆன் பண்ண பிறகுதான் இந்த கால் பார்த்தேன். சரி சரி.
Madam, please unmute now. Ipo.
Okay, it's now.
Okay.
Good morning. Wish you all the best.
Okay, madam, let us start now. Okay. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning to all. We are assembled here for the two-day International Virtual Colloquium on Women and the Society, organized by Akuman Foundation, Seva Academy, Literary Findings, and University Women's Association Chidambaram Chapter, and Kurutu Educational and Social Reliance Trust as knowledge partners. We welcome you all for this program. Today we have with us Dr. K. Sai Leela, myself, and Dr. S. Pungodai, President Ma'am, UWA, Chidambaram Chapter, IFUWA, and also Professor and Head Civil Engineering, Annamala University. And we have with us Subhash Bhai Makwana, Assistant Professor, N.H. Patel, College of Education, Anand, Gujarat. And we have with us Dr. K. Pravina Ma'am, Association Representative, UWA, Chidambaram Chapter, and Associate Professor, Department of LIS, Annamala University. And we have with us Dr. S. Kalevani, Member, UWA, Chidambaram Chapter, and also Assistant Professor, Department of Education, Annamala University. And Dr. V. Susila, Assistant Professor, Coordinator, Yoga Wing, Directorate of Distance Education, Annamala University. And we have Dr. R. K. Venkatachaudhary sir, Assistant Professor and Director in Charge, Center for Yoga Studies, Tamil Nadu, India. And we have also with us Dr. Arul Lawrence, President of KISOT. Welcome you all to this program, and I welcome all the participants, those who are registered from all parts of the country. We are very happy for your contribution towards this topic, women and the society. Thank you all. Everyone will speak to you for a few minutes. All the organizers will speak to you for 5 minutes. Now let us call upon Dr. Pungodai Ma'am, President, UWA Chidambaram Chapter, to give few words to the participants. Hello, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Sai Leela, for giving this nice opportunity. It gives me immense pleasure to speak my views on women empowerment, how to achieve, because it's a long agenda to get women empowerment and all those things. From my side, I think the women empowerment must start individually. It's an individual phenomena, I think, and also it should start from home, because there are some gender discrimination at home itself. If there are two children with the gender male and female, the mother itself giving the discrimination. Though discrimination starts at home. So as mother, we should give equality to our children. We have to inbuild. We have to give. We are none other than anyone. We are also equally. We will be treated equally at the society. So as individual, the women must take part, giving, and that is treating women equally. And also we have to inbuild in the children mind, but is the people, the children, the girl child will be the next universe. So everything individually we have to do, we have to take part, as well as at home. We have to cultivate women, that is the gender equality. Then we can, I think, with that view, if the girl child goes to the society, it will, that child definitely will come out of the gender discrimination, or it will take effort to get her priority, her ability in the society. So, keeping these points, we women must take more part in building the women equality, women empowerment, and also we have to give support to the girl child, even the neighborhood girl child, or the women with the domestic violence. Everything must be taken care of by the women with a very good women equality mentality and all the powers. That is, we should not be selfish in all this, because we have many leaders, women leaders, they have served a lot to the society. Keeping these things, thank you very much for giving this opportunity. We women will support our women community. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for your nice words on woman and gender inequality. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Now I call upon Dr. Subhash Bhai Makwana, Assistant Professor to NH Patel College of Education, to give presentations. Sir, Subhash sir.
Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
So, yatra
Yes, sir.
may I present? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, I think I am audible.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
You
sorry.
are.
Okay. So, yatra naryastu pujyante ramante tatra devata. The divine power of God exists wherever women on earth. If we are giving honor to women, then God is there. Women, a half portion of the society, sees in form of Shiva and Shakti. Earth Nareshwar is God. And on today and tomorrow, the Acumen Foundation, Seva Academy, and the journal Literary Findings, University Women's Association have organized this nice international virtual colloquial, Women and the Society. On this occasion, in this inaugural function, I, Dr. Subhash Makwana, NH Patel College of Education, Anand, in Gujarat, I express my gratitude to organizers, and especially to K. Saila ma'am, and express my gratitude to all coordinators, and good morning to all. Now, human being is a unique creature on the earth who has power of thoughts and expression, who is working in direction of progress and development, who is working in such a way that it must lead to the comfort of the society, comfort of the life, where men and women are two wheels of this chariot of the life. So both of them needs equal importance and equal efforts. Both of them required to contribute equal efforts. Without contribution of a single wheel, other may not work in a proper way, and the chariot will move in a circular way. But when we observe the society, we find a different situation, different critical situation of women, and women has suffered from centuries in a very bad manner. Even the national poet, Maithili Sharan Gupta, he has also written in his poem, Yashodhara, the wife of Gautam Buddha. अबला जीवन हाय तुम्हारी यही कहानी, आंचल में है दूध और आंखों में पानी. She is treated like that. She has to take care of house. She has to give birth to children. But we have not to behave in such a way. Women was treated as negligible and exploited by the society in any way. Her contribution to home or society are not in consideration. Indeed, she is the most inevitable portion of the society who converts the world, the cement concrete walled house to divine home. She is a real homemaker and real life maker of every individual, family, society at large. She is symbol of affection, compassion, love, sympathy, and feelings. Such a splendid and extraordinary contributor of society, women must be at a greater position. If we are not giving the greater position, we may give an equal importance, equal position to the society, in the society. Now, under this seminar, let us join our hands to give her right position and importance and support her for proper position and development of the society. I express my gratitude to organizers, to K. Saila ma'am, for providing this opportunity, and thank you all participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Subhash sir, for a very good speech and felicitation. Thank you so much for coming to our program. Thank you so much. And I'd like to ask you about your symbol, your creation of teacher's symbol. You please tell to our audience about that. You are the creator.
Okay. I have created a teacher symbol where around 12, before 12 years in 2011, when I tried to focus on the role of teacher and find out that is there any symbol for teachers. So I didn't found a particular symbol. And whenever I and my friend Dr. Jignesh Patel, who is teaching in Children's University, a special university for children at Gandhinagar, we found that there are two symbols are there. One is in China and another is in Japan. They are using the words sensei, laoshi, and we have tried to create to give a symbolic identity to the teachers. And we have created a teacher symbol. It has very great, it has a particular philosophy behind it. If it is in my laptop, I will present in a particular way. I will show the symbol. Yes, it is here only. May I share it?
Sir?
May I share the teacher symbol?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Until you share, okay, it's ready. So this is the symbol that was created by Subhash sir and his friend Jignesh Patel sir. So this is the symbol we can use for the teacher educators or teachers. Okay. It is common for all teachers, is it not, sir?
If I want to present the philosophy and the thoughts about this teacher symbol, it will take around 1 hour to 1.5 hours, and we have elaborately put our thoughts in this teacher symbol. We have put the thoughts about the unity of teachers under this teacher symbol. Then its creation in a single line drawing. Even we have put the concept of women, child in form of women. Teacher is also consisting in the child in own form, just like he is teaching from teaching a particular standard. If he is teaching in standard 9, so whenever the student enters in that particular standard, then the teacher, apart from man or women, male or female, the child is entered in the womb of teacher, in a conceptual womb of teacher, and he has to take care of that child. And after 1 year, he is giving a conceptual birth to that student to another, the graded standard, the upper standard. So we have thought different thoughts in this teacher symbol. If a particular session is there, I will present this teacher symbol in detail. Thank you very much.
Sir, there are some questions in the chat box. What does it represent? What is the meaning? Kindly explain the symbol. What does it represent?
Okay, so here we may observe. First of all, we have try to take care about the verbal form of for teachers in different languages. The word for teacher is different. In our Gujarat, we are using shikshak. In Hindi, we are using adhyapak. In other languages, there are different words, but we have taken care of the particular word in English language. It is the language at international level, the higher position. And we have used this word teacher. And then we have tried to create a short form of teacher. And we may observe that here, T is here. It is T. And the another is, this is R. And we may observe here, teacher is stood in front of student. And student is just like go in front of teacher. So here the student is, teacher is giving education to child. And here between both of them, the hands are here. Now in form of this, in symbolic form, the teacher has hold the hands of student. The teacher is holding hand to wherever the child is and wherever the student is. If the student is weak or dull, then we have to go to that level. So at the particular level of the student, we have to go to there. So the teacher is holding hand. Then the color is also indicating particular symbolic way. This circle is society in a circular form. Circle is society or globe. Then the sky blue color is openness of the sky. So the teacher and students are in whole society. Then another is yellow color. Yellow color means the symbol of knowledge. So teacher possesses particular type of knowledge. Teacher has knowledge. And we observe that the knowledge is oozing towards the mind of child. So the knowledge is going to the child. And the mind of child, or we may observe that this white color means one interpretation. It is empty. It is not empty it is not totally empty, but empty for grasping particular knowledge, to getting knowledge. Then another interpretation, the white color means 7 colors. When we observe from prism in science, then we may observe 7 colors. So different types of knowledge is there. There are compartments of knowledge, the integration of knowledge. So we have put these thoughts of knowledge. So in both of the way. Then another, this is teacher, and this is one of teacher conceptual form. Earlier I have presented about it. So these thoughts are here. Then this symbol is very easy to create. When we move our pen from here and move in this direction, we may create just like freehand drawing. And it is a single line drawing. It hasn't strokes. It hasn't so many lines. In that kanji font of Japan, they are using, but there are so many strokes. Then only we may create the symbol of teacher. But here, one single line drawing, and it is looking very artistic, and it is in tripod. So if you put it on the surface, it will not fall down. Then we may use it as in inverse color, white and black, black and white. So in such way also we may present. We may use it. You may use this teacher symbol for honoring teachers. We may use this teacher symbol for nameplates, for stickers, even for the name on our basis. So we may use this teacher symbol. We have created this teacher symbol and we have distributed more than 20,000 stickers to teachers in India. Whenever we go for attending any seminar or invited by the organizers, we are pleasing to express our thoughts and pleased to offer this teacher symbol to every society, to every individual or the academicians. I have presented this teacher symbol in 2013 at Hong Kong at Baptist University. And the participants from 17 countries, they have also accepted this teacher symbol. They also become happy that it is in real sense, it is expressing the symbolic expression about teachers, and we may join our hands at a large. Here, the teacher symbol expresses that teachers are everywhere. If I am teaching my students at Gujarat, their contribution might be in Tamil Nadu, Jammu Kashmir, Canada, China, anywhere. So teacher is universal, and every teacher has to contribute to the student for the development, for the comfort of the society. So these are my thoughts only. Okay. Thank you, Saila ma'am, and all friends for listening me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your concept. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Now I call upon Dr. K. Pravina ma'am, Association Representative UWA and Associate Professor, Department of LIS, Annamala University, to speak few words. Please stop the sharing, sir.
Yes. Stop. Okay.
Pravina madam.
Yes. Most respected President of the University Women's Association, Chidambaram Chapter, Dr. Pungoday Madam, the Organizing Secretary, Dr. Sai Leela, Dr. Kalevadi, Dr. Susila Madam, Dr. Venkatachalapati Sir, and the guest speaker, Subhash Bhai Sir, and the learned participants. Good morning to one and all present virtually. It's really happy to be with you in this two-day virtual colloquium, which is of great importance, women and society. Today, women, though they have been developing in all ways, in all spheres, but still they are being silently attacked, which is not being noted by many persons. Though they are highly educated, though they are highly qualified, but still they are facing some domestic violence or some violence at workplace. This needs to be addressed. Actually speaking, the rules and regulations that are being framed by the government is in the paper. To be implemented, it takes a lot of time. And there are so many, hinges before approaching. Suppose a person is facing a sexual harassment at a workplace. He or she feels difficult to approach because she feels that her name will be affected. So she keeps quiet and she tries to cover it up without addressing the issue. But this should not be the case. People should come forward, take it in the right spirit and try to do it for the welfare of the other women folks. This is what this present generation of people should, even though they are educated, they remain silent. This is not the correct aspect. What the thing is, if they are facing any problem, they should be able to handle it. They should be able to talk. They should be able to speak out, and they should not be marked as this lady is always like this, like that. That way, they should not be cornered. So she should feel free. If she presents any problem, it should be handled with care. See that the person is not being humiliated or being cornered. This is one thing which we have to take care, we educated women. If we face any problems in the workplace, we should be able to express it out, and we should try to do it in a conducive manner. For that, we need the cooperation of all the male counterparts also. Number two is regarding the domestic violence. Even still, not only in rural areas, even in urban areas, we are seeing domestic violence that is being prevailing. That needs to be addressed. Women are highly contributing. Those days, women were not educated, so they were not able to contribute. But now, since they are contributing, they are not able to complete the work task. The men folk should come forward, should help the women at home, should try to do the things so that the family goes in a conducive manner. This is another second approach. And third thing is, so many rules and regulations, articles of the Constitution, right from 14 to 25, discusses about the various rights of the women, rights, and what are the various provisions that are being provided. But this is not being reached to the women folk. So gender sensitization programs, sexual harassment sensitization programs, awareness programs, government has given lots of provisions like women's scholarships. Then if a girl baby is born in a family, in the government of it is called Ladli Lakshmi scheme, where if a girl baby is born in the family, they take a small procession to celebrate the birth of the girl baby, and the newborn baby parents are felicitated with baby kids. This type of program will make the female infanticide problem to come to an end. These things should be taken. And for enrollment of children, girl children in school, actually there is a lot of gender gap in being enrollment in the primary schools. That is because children have to take care of their siblings, the younger ones, or if their parents go out to work, they have to take care. These things should be taken care of. So what we can do is, we should address the panchayats people, tell them with schools where the enrollment ratio of men and women are equal. Then what they have to do, they have to appreciate them. They appreciate that schools give them some incentives so that there will be equal enrollment of girl child and the boy child. And there are so many commissions that are being commissioned, like the National Commission for Women and Sexual Harassment Committee. There are so many commissions that are there. But the thing is, how far it is going to help us individually is a thing that has to be considered during this 2 days colloquium. And see, girls have contributed all spheres of life. If you speak about a social activist, Sindhu Tai Sapkal from Maharashtra, she's a Padma Shri awardee. In environmentalist, if you see Tulsi Gabbard, she's an encyclopedia of forest. She knows everything about the forest. In defense, Avani Chaturvedi, she's the first Indian woman to fly a solo fighter. In sports, we know Mary Kom, who has made a mark in boxing. PV Sindhu in badminton. In economics, we can see Geeta Gopinath, who is the first women chief economist of the International Monetary Fund, and Shakuntala Devi, who's a fastest human computational. So they are making spheres in all walks of life, even in education. If you see the results of all the board results, the girls are topping in all this. In spite of all this, there are some things like women are facing, every 90 seconds, a woman dies during pregnancy. So this is a really sad thing that we have to note. And among the Nobel Prize winners, so far from 1901 to 2023, only 41 women have received the Nobel Prizes. And regarding the literacy ratio, the female literacy ratio is less when compared to men. So all these things should be addressed and they should be made proper. For this, I'll just tell you a small example, live example that is about Sindhu Tai Sapkal. She is a social activist. She runs an orphanage. She is from a family of coward. Her father was a coward. Tamil சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா மாடு மேய்க்கிற குடும்பம். So அந்த குடும்பத்துல இருந்து she has come and she was married at the age of 12 to a person who was 20 years elder to Sindhubai. So but still she was able to live. But what happened since this person, since he was old, he did not like this small girl and he used to torture her. And during pregnancy, what happened? She was kicked in her stomach. So she fell ill, but still she was able to cope up with it. After that, she decided she will not stay with her husband. She went to her family house, to her mother's place. In her mother's place also, she was rejected. So with the baby, what she did, she started begging for food. with that begging, with the begging she received, not only she took care of her own self, she took care of all the other beggars. Like this, what happened under her? There were lots of people who came under her protection, and now she has started an orphanage. She was very good in singing, so she was able to collect so much of money and amount through which she helped the needy people. She did not distinguish between her own children and the other children. She had motherly affection for all, and she has got now an orphanage where there are 1,507 children, and the children in the orphanage starts from 8-day-old baby to 80-year-old men. So both men and women are being treated in the are being given shelter in the orphanage, and her children who are in the orphanage, they are made to study. And lots of them have studied up to they are well educated. There are some PhD holders. There are some lawyers, and there are so many teachers like that. She has been able to create, and these people are helping the orphanage. And now in 2001, she was being awarded the Padma Shri. So a lady, daughter of a cowherd, was able to contribute so much. That shows even all of us might think, what can we do? But we can also bring a change in the society. So I say each one has to take up the responsibility, try to do something for the betterment of the society. With these few words, I would like to thank the organizer for giving me this wonderful opportunity to present my views on the women and society. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. You have given a lot of information. It was very nice. It was very inspiration. Thank you so much. Let me now call Chidambaram Chapter and Assistant Professor of Department. Kalyavani ma'am.
Good morning.
Come on,
Good morning. Good morning to one and all.
Good morning.
Are you audible?
Good morning. Yes, you are
Madam.
audible. Yes. Yes, madam.
Good
Please
morning
start.
to one and all. First of all, I thank this virtual colloquium organizers for giving me the opportunity to speak for a few minutes. What would you say if someone asks you to name Indian scientists? Probably all will say APJ Abdul Kalam, C.V. Raman, or Srinivasa Ramanujan. It would make a rare case if you name at least one of the Indian women in science. The reason behind it is the glaring domination of men in the field of STEM. May it be the lack of encouragement and resource provided to women, responsibilities of motherhood, or myths like girls are not good at math. The Indian society has made sure for women to have it harder when it comes to STEM. In spite of this, we witness the success of multiple Indian women in STEM today, leaving behind everything that pulled them down. These feminists choose science over silence and have come a long way to make the country proud. Now we can celebrate 9 Indian women in science who have takes to imagine, invent, and inspire. Sita Coleman Kamula is the founder of Simply Sustain, a firm focusing on industrial ecology and assessment of the life cycle of products so that they are manufactured in processes that are environmentally aware of the future impact of waste products. Next, we have Dr. Indra Hinduja, who is an infertility specialist based in Mumbai, taking the applications of medical science to new heights. Dr. Hinduja is an inspiration for younger women in science. Adding to the legacy of Indian women in science, Mallika Srinivasan is a chairperson and managing director of Tractors and Farm Equipment Limited, the most notable woman in STEM. She brilliantly exercises her role through her participation in boards of various reputed business councils and educational institutes and her philanthropist interest. Joining the band of famous women in science next is Nandini Harinath. Is a prominent name against Indian women scientists, having served as the deputy organizer director on the Mars Orbiter mission Mangalyaan. She has certainly paved the path for women representatives in science and technology. A recipient of several awards and honors, Swati Pramal holds a significant place amidst the Indian women scientists and industrialists. Being a member on multiple boards of Prime Minister and international academic institutions, she proves to be one of the most famous women in science. Known as the Missile Woman of India, Tessie Thomas is taking the eminence of Indian women scientists to new heights. First female scientist in India to head a missile project. Next upon our list of Indian women scientists, Kiran Mazumdar Shah, a perfect role model of scientifically inclined younger woman, a billionaire entrepreneur. She was listed on the 65th most powerful woman in the world by Forbes. Who said you can't like math and literature together? Sudha Murthy, one of the most well-known women in STEM and even better known as an author, has proven her excellence in more than one field. Asha Jadeja Motwani is one of those women in STEM who truly believe in building a stronger community. She is an angel, investor, and philanthropist based in the Silicon Valley who invest in for-profit tech, internet, and high social impact startups in the Bay Area, New York, and India. In a nutshell, it is clear that that women in STEM have great potential to change the world. All that is expected out of our teachers, parents, and societies as a whole is to urge and motivate girls to grow up to be proud women in science. Feminism is a shade of feminism that advocates the advancement of women in STEM, and we at STEMpedia are all for it. With this spirit today, we can attend our international colloquium. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for your nice information about many women achievers. Thank you so much for giving this lecture. Thank you. Now I call upon Dr. Susila, Coordinator, Yoga Wing of Annamala University, to give few words. Susila, madam.
Madam, I'm audible? Audible, madam?
I'll check. I'll make you a yes, ma'am.
Okay. Very good morning to one and all. Respected organizers, Dr. Sailila, madam. She is the main organizer of this wonderful international program. President Yuva Chidambaram chapter and professor and head of the department Civil Engineering, Dr. Pungode, madam, and Dr. Subhash Boy sir from Anand, Gujarat, Dr. Pravina madam, Association Representative Yuva from Chidambaram chapter, and Dr. Kalivani madam, Assistant Professor, Department of Education and a member Yuva, and Dr. Venkatajarapati sir, my colleague, Dr. Center for Yoga Studies, and myself, and Mr. Ashraf Noorani, Founder, Learning and Development Specialist from Mumbai, and all other participants from and Acumen Foundation from Seva Academy. It gives me an immense pleasure in sharing my thoughts on women and society on this August inaugural function of gender stereotypes in society, encouraging self-awareness and reflection. In the past 2 centuries, our world has time and again reached new heights of large measure due to women's equality movements. I mean, women's landmark movement for surface their efforts to obtain individual rights and freedoms, including the right to education, to property, to equal pay, increasing participation quota of women in economic and political institutions, and their selfless struggle in the framework of liberation movement, which we have fought against the dictatorship. So in our society, women play an important role from birth till our last breath. So day by day, girls are making such records on which not only the family or society, but the whole country is feeling proud. So the main ones were child marriage, dowry system, child labor, domestic violence, etc. So after banning all this legally, the status of the women in the society has improved a lot. We all know government has introduced many schemes that all shared by our colleagues, by their speech, and the woman works for the betterment of others by tying herself in different relationship. All her life we have seen women in different forms like sister, mother, wife, doctor, etc. So one thing I have to emphasize here, healthy girls can become healthy women. So we have to take care of our lifestyle, food habits, everything. So healthy girls can become healthy women who have healthy futures. So that only we have to keep. So for that reason, we are belonging to the yoga field. Definitely, we are the role model for the society. We have to emphasize and concentrate on our lifestyle modification. Then only we have to become a healthy women who have healthy futures. I wish 2 days National Virtual Colloquium in Women and Society be a grand success. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, to all the organizers and academic, Seva Academy also. Thank you, Ananda.
Thank you, Susila ma'am, for your nice inspiration words. Thank you very much. Now I call upon Dr. Raghuraj Jalapati sir, Assistant Professor and in charge Yoga for Yoga Center, Annamalai University, to give felicitations. Raghuraj Jalapati sir.
Yes, madam. Good morning to all the organizing committee members, especially Dr. Pungoday madam, Sai Leela madam, Pravina madam, Kalaivani madam, and Sushila madam, and Subhashar, and other organizing committee members and participants, dear participants. Our women are already empowered more, but we want to give more opportunity for the present society only. This is the time to celebrate the Navaratri functions. The Navaratri functions is a special functions for that woman empowerment. For example, Parvati Devi or that Parashakti, she is the mother of universe. She ruled the universe. She is also called as a Raja Rajeshwari. She is the mother of the universe. And apart from that, the Lakshmi Devi, she is the mother of wealth, and Saraswati, mother of wisdom, and Durga, goddess of strength and protection, and Kali Devi, she also goddess of change and destroy and something. Annapurna, goddess of nutrition. Likewise, they are giving Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti. We called in the yogic field also, she is called as the Kundalini, that cosmic consciousness, that is called a Shivam, unable to activate or work without the help of Parashakti or Kundalini. Kundalini is the kinetic energy. That energy only responsible for all universal actions also. That's why nowadays the women are more empowered. But regarding that aspects also, I want to discuss in our department. I am the only male, remaining 3 are female only. And regarding that students ratio also, 1:15, 1 male student and 15, one male student and the remaining 15 female students are there. That's why we give more priority, and especially our Sai Leela madam also to encourage the women students, and with they must face the society in courage manner. She also taught some karate and other self-defense techniques also. And now we want to give the equal opportunity to the women students. Means already they are empowered, But again, we want to give that the government policy makers, they have to change certain policy and give more priority to the women students. Means all the males are improved. Our country is also improved. Thank you for the organizer to give me a great opportunity to participate in the Women Empowerment International webinar. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Venkatachalam sir, for your praising words. Definitely, we will be empowered. Now, I call upon Dr. Arul sir to give felicitation. President of keynote, Lawrence sir, are you here? Lawrence sir, it's time to start the lecture session by Dr. Ashraf Nurani ma'am. I like over here for this inaugural function. I like to thank Dr. S. Pugodai ma'am for inaugurating this function, Dr. Subhash Bhai Makwana, Dr. K. Praveena ma'am, Dr. S. Kalaivani ma'am, Dr. V. Sushila ma'am, Dr. K. Venkatachalam sir, Dr. A.S. Arul Lawrence sir for coming over here for this inaugural function and making this event a memorable one. We are very thankful. Now let us start with the special lecture by Dr. Ashraf Nurani ma'am. Madam, the founder, Ashraf Nurani ma'am, are you here? Shall we start?
Yes, I'm very much here, Dr. Sai Leela. Can you hear me?
Let me introduce ma'am, 1 minute.
Sure.
Come on the video, please.
I am on video.
Okay, I'll check ma'am. Yeah, thank you.
Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes ma'am.
Wonderful.
I'd like to introduce Ashraf Nurani ma'am, founder, learning and development specialist, educational endeavors, Mumbai, Maharashtra, India. Educational endeavors is in Mumbai, Maharashtra, India. Madam has done her MA in curriculum, pedagogy and assessment from Institute of Education, University College, London. We are very happy to have you on this session, ma'am. Madam is going to give a lecture on gender stereotypes in society, encouraging self-awareness and reflection. Madam readily accepted our invitation. We are very thankful for that. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you for coming. The session is yours, please. Yes, ma'am. You can do it.
Can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you all see the screen that I'm sharing?
There is a screen, but the PPT has not opened.
Is it? Now?
Yes. Go for slideshow, ma'am.
All right, sure. Well,
yeah.
Can you see me?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I formally welcome you to the Women in the Society inaugural function. I'm looking forward to share with you regarding gender stereotypes in our society. And me being a thought leader, me being a social media influencer, me being an educationist. My job is primarily going to be making you aware of some of the observations that I have made in society, so that you as researchers, educationists, and academia can verify them, can validate them, can go to the extent of finding out how much are these stereotypes and biases prevalent in society, what is the extent of it. My job is to make you start thinking. All right. My job is to make you start inquiring. And in order to be able to do that, I'm going to really ask some very tough and challenging questions. So are you ready to put on your thinking caps and start thinking about what we are here to explore together?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. So, okay, incidentally, I cannot see myself on the screen, so I'm a little flabbergasted thinking whether you all are able to hear me and see me. But now I've logged in from my laptop as well, so I'm at least consoled to know that you can see me and you can hear me. All right, first of all, I'd like to thank the organizers, the Cumin Foundation, Seva Academy, Literary Findings, University Women Association, the Chidambaram chapter, Kuruthu Educational and Social Renaissance Trust for inviting me as an inaugural speaker at the event. I really appreciate you giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts and my observations. So let's begin. First of all, as I said earlier, I'm going to ask some thought-provoking questions, which are going to be challenging, and it's really going to demand some honesty from your part to be able to be realistic about what's happening in our society today. We're going to explore those questions very soon. I want each and every one of you, I think someone was mentioning that we have a larger number of women audiences at the moment, although I don't have, a call in terms of the numbers, but we have men and women both participating, which is an achievement in itself for a women theme-based conference. So congratulations to the organizers on that. But I want us to start reflecting as women about our lives to the extent of discrimination or biases that we have experienced, and the men to start thinking about their own family members, their daughters, their wives, their siblings, their cousins, the extent to which the discrimination has been experienced by their family, so that we can get a realistic picture through these questions. Be honest with yourself. That's my only request. I want us to have an awareness of our environments while we are pondering over these questions and the answers to these questions. I want to share some ideas, exemplars, and case studies through videos. I've taken a lot of short video clippings and movies. I've taken some advertisements that are showcased in India, which are a reflection of our society to some extent, because media is a reflection of our society. So these are just exemplars for us to be able to reflect what's happening around us. And my objective is also to make some recommendations for influencers, decision makers, especially researchers, especially people who are inquiring into this field, to make recommendations to bring about transformations. And that can only happen when you inquire about the current status. I'm going to just present a few scenarios currently. All right. My recommendations are also for education policymakers and especially for parents and educators, because we'll soon discover that gender stereotypes, biases, and discrimination is learned very earlier on in life. All right. So we have recommendations for them as well. Now, there are a few narratives that I want you to start thinking about. All right. The narrative of rights and privileges, as well as responsibilities, and what you're giving and what you're receiving. So what I'd like you to do, this is not going to be just me talking and you guys listening. What I'd like you to do is let us discover whether there is a gap between our responsibilities and rights as women and our privileges as women. And is there giving or more of receiving, or an equal share of giving and receiving in our lives? So what I'd like you to do is quickly take a pen and a piece of paper, or you can use your phone digitally. We are very advanced now. So let's, or maybe on your laptop, you can make a note of it. You as a woman, all right, I want you to write down all your responsibilities as a woman. Okay, whatever you're giving in your life, and I'm going to just give you half a minute for that. All right, and all the men folk who are participating in the conference, I'd like you to write down the responsibilities of the women in your life, your wife, your children, your sisters, your mother. I want you to write down their responsibilities. And on the side, on the same sheet of paper, I want you to write down the rights and privileges that you experience as a woman, or what you receive as a woman. And of course, for the men folk, I want you to think about the rights and privileges of the women in your life. All right. And if you want to do this exercise of a comparative analysis, you can do the same exercise back home or now if you have the time, regarding the rights and responsibilities of women vis-a-vis the rights and responsibilities of men in your environment. All right. And what are the privileges and what they receive in their lives? So quickly, can you make a note of that? I hope you all are making a note of what I've asked you to make a note of, because I can't see the participants. Dr. Sai Leela, I need your help to be able to comment and let me know what's happening.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So quickly, you can quickly think about it as well. You need not write. So I want you to,
please.
Yes, I want you to answer and respond honestly. Are there more responsibilities and more of giving? Or are there more rights and privileges as a woman that you experience? Or is it equivalent? And when you compare it to your male counterparts, whether it's your son, whether it's your husband, whether it's your father or father-in-law, are those rights and responsibilities different? And are they having more privileges or they having more responsibilities? See, the idea is not to make a comparison between men and women. The idea is to make a comparison where we can have awareness about the current scenario in our lives. All right, so that we can have a realistic picture. Let's move to the next exercise where I have raised some thought-provoking, challenging questions. And I want you to be very honest and respond to each of these questions one after the other on a piece of paper. Nobody's going to ask you regarding your responses or what you have responded. All right. So do you as a woman have had access to primary and secondary and higher education? Or have you seen that all girls and women have those rights in your environment? The men folk can respond from that point of view. All right. The second question is, do all the women in your environment or you yourself have had an opportunity for vocational training and skill development programs in your life? Yes or no? Have you had choices for your career, your profession, what you want to be when you grow up? Or you've been asked or directed towards certain professions which are associated with women or girls, and steered away very subtly from professions that are associated with boys and men? Have you experienced that in your life? For anybody for that matter, the men folk can write down about their siblings or their parents. Have you had a choice regarding your study specialization, what you want to specialize in? Like I remember I wanted to specialize in the arts and the humanities, and my parents kept telling me that, oh, you're so good, your percentages are so high, why don't you study the sciences and why don't you study commerce? You can become a banker. So there was this tussle, and I had to make that tough call that no, I'm going to follow my heart's calling and go in for the arts and the humanities and become a psychology graduate. All right. So those choices, did you have that? Are you financially literate? Do you struggle working at the bank or doing any sort of kind of transaction online or at the bank? Do you know how to do your savings? Do you know how to do any investments? Are you skilled in that? Are you financially independent as a woman, or are the women in your environment, your wife, your daughter, are they financially independent? Do you have a source of income or multiple sources of income? Do you have a passive income as women? Does anybody in your environment have it? Do you own your own house in your own name? All right. Or does your wife have a house in their own name? Or does your daughter have a house in their own name? All right, I'm asking to you to be honest, just with yourself. Do you as a woman have a retirement plan or an old age plan? Planning for your old age? Do you have investment planning? Have you done sort of investment planning? Are your nutritional needs met? Or are you the one who just eats the leftovers in the house? Or do your wife and your children, do they get to eat nutritionally healthy food? Or it's just the men folk who get to eat healthy food? It may not be in your family, maybe somewhere in your environment you could be observing. I remember I had a Muslim family staying in my neighborhood several years ago, and the women folk would hardly get to eat, the healthy food. They would get to eat only leftovers. So what is the realistic picture in your environment and your families? Do you drive a car, ride a bike, or travel independently? Or are you escorted everywhere where you are watched over, or you need a male accompaniment in order to take care of you and your safety, especially in the nights? All right. Do you have freedom of expression at home and at work? Can you express your thoughts, feelings, and emotions? Are you given the freedom to express your ideas and your creativity? Did you choose your life partner, or did your parents or some relative in the family choose your life partner? Did you have a choice regarding family planning? Like how many children you want to have? Do you want to have 1, 2, or more? When do you want to have children? Or if you don't want to have children at all, did you have a choice regarding that? Or did your family members, or especially the women folk, have a choice? Did you have the freedom to make decisions regarding your own life, your own body, and what affects you? Are you included in the family will or inheritance? Do you have access to laptop or a smartphone? Yes, of course, we are the privileged ones over here during the conference who have that access, but there are many women in our society who don't, and I want you to be aware of that. And do you have access to the internet and the World Wide Web? All right, so these are some 12 questions, and I'd really love to know your responses, or get a kind of data regarding the analysis of those responses. But because of paucity of time, we're not going to be able to do that. But this is for your awareness. I want you to take this awareness back home so that you can think on the lines of what can be done regarding this. Like one of the decisions that I have made after this reflection is that I am going to purchase a house of my own. All right, so you may choose that, after this analysis and this reflection, this is one thing that I want to work on my life, or this is one thing I want to work on as far as my daughter is concerned, or my wife is concerned. All right, or my children are concerned, or my siblings are concerned. All right, so that's one area of observation. Another observation that I want you to start having about our environment is that sometimes in our country, unfortunately, stereotyping and discrimination is learned or taught very earlier on in life. And sometimes it is so subtle and so unintentional that we don't even realize that we are harnessing these biases and this is discrimination amongst our kids from a very early age. And I want to show you a short video clipping on that. All right, the mother she loves both her children. She has one son and one daughter. She loves both her children equally. But at the same time, because of the discrimination that she has experienced and inherited from her, grown-ups, she's practicing the same with her children. So I'm going to show you a short video clipping. I do hope you are able to see this. And I think I will intend for you to be able to see this beautiful clipping. Okay. Just give me a moment. Oh, yeah. All right, I'm going to play it now.
मम्मी भैया और मैं खेलने जा रहे हैं।
नहीं आज नहीं।
क्यों?
आज तुम मुझे किचन में हेल्प करोगी।
और मम्मी?
कोई मम्मी नहीं।
क्या कर रहे हो?
रौनक तुम चले जाओ, नीचे मिल जाएगा तुम्हें खेलने के लिए कोई। या पापा आप जाओ ना इसके साथ।
मैं भी जाऊं?
नहीं बोला ना।
I hope you all can hear the volume.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
बेटा घर का काम भी सीख ले, नहीं तो लोग क्या कहेंगे, माँ ने कुछ नहीं सिखाया। लड़कियों को ये सब आना चाहिए।
So did you notice that? Yeah, girls should know. The boy and the girl, they both want to go out and play, and they want to play a sport. But the mother insists that the girl should stay at home and learn some cooking and cleaning and helping the mother, because otherwise, the mother will be judged that, she didn't teach her daughter anything to take care of the house. All right. So those are the things that are happening in our environment, unfortunately. I want to show you another, ad, which is a beautiful ad, which shows, I think somebody, Dr. Kalaivani, if I'm not mistaken, spoke about STEM education. And, it's so beautifully depicted in this ad that when women try to get into fields connected to the sciences or the math or engineering or technology, how they are judged to be relatively less competent than boys or men, which has been very beautifully depicted through this ad. And I'd like you to see it. Just give me a moment. Yeah, I've kept it ready for you. Read the subtitles.
North Star.
North Star. কি খুঁজছিস তোরা?
North Star.
North Star? ওরে বাবা, তুই তো বড় হয়ে অ্যাস্ট্রোনট হবি।
সত্যি?
হ্যাঁ।
আমি কি হব?
তুই হবি স্টার, বড় ফিল্ম স্টার।
একদম ঠিক বলেছো, স্টার হবে।
आपके भाई या पापा कोई हैं?
बताओ क्या हुआ? वो भी आके मुझे ही बताएंगे।
राजू, दिस इज फैंटास्टिक वर्क। प्रिंसिपल मैडम को अच्छे से प्रेजेंट भी करना पड़ेगा। क्या बोलोगे?
This windmill is. This is actually a model of a wind turbine, and it's powered by a motor of this old toy car. And we made this to emphasize that we must switch now to wind energy. How was the class today for you? It was so hot for me.
പിന്നെ കഴിഞ്ഞ വർഷം പഠിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങി.
ये देखो क्या हाथ बना है। वाओ मिया, ये सब तुमने बनाया है? सबकी बेटियां प्रिंसेसेस और फेरीज बन के आएंगी और उनके बीच में मेरी बेटी डस्टबिन कैप पहन के रोबोट बन के खड़ी रहेगी। कैसे लगेगा बोल?
पापा मैं करूं? मुझे पता है मैं वो फोन पे
गोरे चंद चिकन क्यों? तुम्हारे कपड़े गंदे हो जाएंगे। अंदर अच्छा।
Did you notice that in every scenario? All right, just give me a moment. I'm trying to figure out where's my presentation with so many things being shared. All right, you can see my screen again, right? Such a beautiful depiction. They go to the garage, they go to get their things repaired. All right, they don't want the girls to do it. They think that girls may be relatively less competent to do it. All right, the girl wants to go for a fancy dress competition and she wants to dress up as a robo, but the mother says all the other girls are going to dress up as princesses and my daughter is going to wear a dustbin as a cap and go as a robo. All right, the turbine has been made by the girl student, but the teacher gives credit to the boy student and says you'll have to explain about it. All right, they're seeing the stars and the boy is encouraged to be an astronaut, whereas the girl is encouraged to be a movie star. So do you see a difference in the way women are encouraged and girls right from a very young age in a very subtle way, the gender biases and discriminations are being engendered. All right, another observation that I have made about our environment is that gender biases are there equally in the urban and the rural areas. There is stereotyping everywhere, and where gender roles, capabilities, responsibilities, rights and privileges are predefined, and very often they are biased. All right, and I want to show you short clippings. Dr. Sai Leela, of course, we do have the time because you've extended my time, I believe so. So please do let me know if I need to skip something. I have a couple of things to share more. Can you let me know how much time do I have? Do I have 15 minutes more?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, wonderful. So then I'll show the video. Oh. Just give me a moment. There's some problem with my screen has got hung. Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Thank you to technology to support this process of learning and engagement. All right, so this is a rural India context, and there is a farmer who is short of cash to buy seeds for his farm, and he is going to the extent of selling some of his cattle in order to purchase the seeds, and the wife is trying to give him some inputs and some recommendations regarding financial matters, but he just shuns her away constantly, saying that, listen, you don't know anything about farming and you don't know anything about finances. You take care of the house. All right. And see how she eventually solves his problem. He doesn't even know how to negotiate the price of his cattle, and she negotiates so beautifully. And see the way she resolves his problem eventually in this video clipping. It's in Hindi. Sorry, we don't have dialogue. So try and dialogue subtitles. So try and comprehend the video, please. This one doesn't have the subtitles, unfortunately.
हेलो, देख ले भाई, कुछ इंतजाम होता है।
मैंने कितनी बार कही थी, मेरी सुनते ही कहाँ है ये?
हाँ, तन्ने बेरा बस सारी दुनियादारी का सुनते कहाँ है? अरे तू छोड़ भाई उसकी बात ने, इब की बार मदद कर दे बस। राम 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 राम। 30,000 का होगा बीज, कैसे करूंगा इंतजाम? बता, किसानी कैसे होती है पता भी है तन्ने?
मैं किसान ना हूँ।
तो फिर मैं किसान ना हूं।
हाँ जी,
50,000 तो घने कम बोल रहे हो भाई साहब।
50,000 दे रहा हूँ, बड़ी बात है। सीजन मंदा है।
लो पानी पियो।
ले भाई।
ना भाई साहब, 17,000 से 1 रुपया कम ना।
17,000? अरे समझाओ भाभी जी ने। अरे चलो 55। इब्रा जी।
ना भाई साहब, 17,000।
अरे तमने बेचनी ना भाई भैंस।
भाई साहब सुन तो लो।
इबम भैंस ना बेचे तो?
ये लेन देन के काम मन से संभालन दे। तू घर का चूल्हा चौको देख ले, वही बहुत है।
ये लेन देन ठीक से होगा तभी तो घर संभलेगा ना।
तन्ना समझ है लेन देन की? ले पकड़।
पैसा सही तरीके से कहाँ लगाना है, कहाँ बचाना है, यही होवे ना लेन देन।
बोलने में और करण में बहुत फर्क हुआ है।
सही कह रहे हो।
सही कह रहे हो।
ये देखो, 17,000 है मेरे पास।
पासबुक?
दूध बेच के सारा पैसा नहीं दिया था तेरे थे, थोड़ा जमा करवा दिए थे खाते में। अब बाकी पैसों का इंतजाम कर लो। अरे वो छोड़ो, हम दोनों मिलकर अपना भला बुरा नफा नुकसान सब देख सके हैं।
हाँ घनश्याम, तेरी बहन ने बता लिए।
Did you notice that she had actually opened a bank account and she had saved some money, and she was able to help him to not sell his cattle and actually buy the seeds for the investment, for the farm. All right. Now, the same thing, it's surprising. You will be shocked to see that in a very subtle way, the same thing is there in the urban areas as well. It's shocking. This is again an advertisement, but it beautifully reflects the reality. So yes, I think this one doesn't have the subtitles, sorry, but I'm sure you'll be able to understand from the video.
What's wrong?
Oh, it does have the subtitles.
All okay?
And it's in English.
कमल, do you realize कि आज क्या हुआ? आज मेरे पास सिरो रमन के घर जाने का बिल्कुल टाइम नहीं था। हाँ मैं बस 5 मिनट में मेल भेज रही हूँ, मैं घर पहुंच ही रही हूँ। हाँ बिल्कुल हो जाएगा।
नए लोग हैं, मिल लेते हैं ना।
I had so much to do. So मैंने तुम्हें कहा भी, पर just acted like my time didn't matter.
Hi, I'm Kamal. My wife Seema. हम लोग ऊपर रहते हैं. I'm Sid. I'm Aman. Hi. अंदर आइए ना. हम बस नाश्ते की तैयारी करते हैं. Please have some. अमन फर्स्ट क्लास पोहा बनाते हैं. अंदर आइए ना. Come. Yeah, please. This way.
चाय लेंगे या कॉफी?
चाय?
तुम उनका घर देख रहे थे और
बाथरूम में रखा है एरिया. ओके.
मैं उन्हें I suddenly realized that
क्या चाय बना दिया?
we don't have what they have. मैंने तुम्हें बताने की कोशिश भी की, पर देखो साथ में कैसे काम करते हैं. तुमने मेरी बात समझी नहीं.
इसमें क्या है? जब मैं और अविनाश कॉलेज में साथ रहते थे ना, तो हम भी सारा काम बांट के ही करते थे.
जब चाय गिरी. Thank you.
Oh my God! I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry.
Don't worry, we'll take care of it.
सिर्फ मुझे ही सब कुछ करना पड़ता है. Have you thinking कि अगर सिर्फ अमन एक साथ काम कर सकते हैं, तुम अविनाश के साथ एक साथ काम बांट के करते थे, तो मेरे साथ क्यों नहीं? मतलब तुमने मुझे अपने बराबर समझा नहीं ना? You ever see me as your equal?
I'm speechless actually after watching that. But you know what I'm speaking about. I think Dr. Praveena also mentioned this in her address, that women have so much additional responsibilities. They may be working outside, they may be working many more hours, but at the same time managing and taking care of the baby, managing the household chores, everything in addition to that is her responsibility, despite the fact that she's working and contributing financially to the house. And even if she's not, and the husband comes back home and he takes the food and rests, and there's nothing wrong in that. They are tired, we're both equally tired, but if they can support each other, if they can be there with each other, they can share the load, life would become so much more simpler for both genders and for the family. All right, and the last video is about that. It's a cartoon reflection of that, so I'm not going to play it because it's reflecting the same ideology. Now I want to do a digital experiment. Let's do a digital social experiment. I'm going to do an experiment with the group over here. I believe we are around how many people are we? 22 participants, right? So I want us to do an experiment on the same piece of paper where you did the previous exercise. I want you to, do a little bit of drawing. You may draw stick figures. You may draw, just curves and squishes. I think earlier on there was a beautiful depiction of the teacher through a symbol. So I think, those ideas are also very beautiful. You can make use of something like that, and maybe we can create something like that while doing this exercise. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw certain professions, people with different jobs in our society in India. So first of all, I want you to use stick figures, or, maybe, if you're an artist, of course, you're more than welcome to draw artistically. You can also draw a doodle sort of a thing. So I want you to draw a firefighter, all right, along with the ambulance and, the fire station and everything. You can quickly draw a firefighter for me, please. I'm just going to give you quarter of a minute for that. All right, please be honest and draw this. Trust me, there's a reason to this, there's a purpose to this. So you can draw a squishy, and you can give a name to the firefighter as well. All right, and where do they work, how many hours do they work? You can do that as well. After you've drawn the firefighter, maybe symbolically or, through doodles or whatever, I want you to draw a surgeon. Okay. Now I want you to draw, and after the surgeon, I want you to, of course, give a name to the surgeon as well. Dr. So-and-so, whatever. And now draw an architect. Okay, an architect or an interior designer. You can draw something on the lines of their work as well. Or, you know, what you write down what they have constructed or what they have built. And now I want you to draw or doodle a fashion designer. The fourth one or the fifth one, I think so. Help me keep a track in case I've forgotten what all I've asked you to draw. Are you done? Somebody, can you please let me know, are you done with your squiggles or your drawings? I hope somebody is doing this exercise at least so that, you know, we can make the most of this experience. Can somebody share? You don't need to share your drawing, but at least tell me if you've done the exercise.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I am not too sure who's responding to me. Please let me know your name.
Rashavi Venkatesh.
Venkatesh ji, I really, really want to acknowledge you and applaud you for having the courage and, you know, the sense of initiative to be able to do something that people don't generally do online. So congratulations on that, Venkatesh ji. Now, if anybody wants to share, all right, how many of you drew a male firefighter?
Yes, ma'am. I am.
Who's this? Can you tell me your name?
Yeah, ma'am. I'm Divya.
Divya.
Yes, ma'am.
Divya, you've drawn. Thank you for being honest about this, Divya. All right. And how many people drew a female firefighter?
It's me. I named her Durga.
Durga. Okay, wonderful. I think you must have read my title and got the message. Durga. All right. Okay, how many people drew a male surgeon and a male architect? And how many people drew a female surgeon and a female architect? What name did you give them?
Female.
Who drew a female, what female surgeon?
Surgeon Dr. Janhavi.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. I'm glad that we have people in the audiences who are not holding certain stereotypes and do see women as capable of becoming surgeons. What about the others who have done the exercise? Have you drawn a female or a male surgeon or architect?
I've drawn a female architect and surgeon.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Who's this? What's your name?
Ma'am, Divya.
Vidya. Okay. All right. What about a fashion designer? A male fashion designer or female fashion designer?
Female, ma'am.
So, you know, sometimes it's the other way around. You know, when men want to get into professions which are typically associated with their feminine side or their feminine side of the expression, all right, like creativity, which is generally the association made traditionally in our cultures, that, you know, we all have a masculine and a feminine side to our persona. And which aspect do we want to express in our professions or in our lives is something that a choice we make. Like, you know, men can also express emotions beautifully and they can be very sensitized and aware. And they can get into professions which require working with other women and working on, you know, people relations and things like that, which are typically associated with women. So I'm so glad, you know, that we had a balance in terms of people who have certain perceptions about the professions, you know, because I remember my mom wanted me to get into banking very, very keenly because she thought that banking is a safe job, you know, for women. It's a safe place to stay. And, you know, the kind of work that I'm doing or the kind of work that my friends are doing, like they're working in the field of humanitarian assistance and conflict-ridden areas. There are people, you know, who are doctors. There are people who are you know, in the armed forces. There are women chess players. So I'm glad that, you know, we are raising this and, you know, we are aware of whether our children and our women are getting into professions of their choice without holding stereotypes. So that's one more thing that I want you to be aware of. And I'm glad you all participated in this experiment. Congratulations. So I'm going to make you do quickly another exercise as well. Now, since I mentioned this earlier that, I want to make recommendations and I want us to start thinking on the lines of the girl child and the education of the girl child. But transformation is possible when we educate the girl child as well as the boy child from a young age, because we know that stereotypes, biases, and discriminations are learned and taught very earlier on in life. So the recommendations that I'm going to make through my presentation, which will just take a few more minutes more, are for policymakers, parents, educators, school leaders, academia and researchers like you all, ministries of women and child development, education ministries, men and women from all parts of the world. All right, especially parents. So key identified transformation areas, the overall arching aim is men and women-led families, institutions, governments, and development. All right, both are equally leading. All right. Learning gender equity earlier on in life. And I'm going to share with you some ways in which, that can be encouraged in schools. Schools and parents and families promoting gender parity. Because we know that, sometimes when children grow up at a very young age, they are encouraged to use. Yes. Is someone speaking? Can we all go on mute, please? Mala phone nahi ala. Whoever speaking in Marathi, please can you go on mute?
Ashraf ma'am, switch on her mic, please. Ashraf ma'am. Ashraf ma'am.
Oh, can you hear me now? I think,
yes, ma'am.
Yes, sorry, everybody put me, I think the team put me on mute thinking they are
Yes, to stop that.
Sorry?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. All right. So what I wanted to emphasize is that toys that are given to girls, like dolls, a doll's house, a kitchen set to play with, whereas boys are given guns, they are given doctor coats to play with, to do role play, to, doing any kind of pretend play. So, being mindful of that from an earlier on age, what are you giving them, to play with so that they don't hold the stereotypes. Learning appreciation of diversity, that, boys could be physically very strong. So do girls some girls can be physically very strong, but at the same time, their strengths differ. One needs to understand that, like women give birth to a child, and that is such a painful process which, a woman endures, and that is a symbol of strength as well. So a woman can have emotional strength and resilience, which makes her stand apart as far as, this entire experience of giving birth to a child is concerned. So strength is there. It may be diverse in terms of form. Education and skill development of women, leadership in women, right from the grassroots and the corporates. Are we moving ahead? Okay. Opportunities to women to serve as change makers in families, corporates, civil society organizations, and governments, and bridging the digital divide. These are some of the recommendations that I'm making from my side, so that if we want to make a transformation. Now, how we can do that is something, I want to show you a short clipping on that, like how in schools we can bring in gender parity. Yes, one more thing I wanted to talk to you about is a social experiment which was done by the White Ribbon Alliance in the Indian context, where they undertook an experiment. They sent 150,000 postcards to women across the country, pan-India. And they started a campaign called What Women Want, and found out from these women what is it that they want. Can we take initiatives like this so that we can start giving voice, autonomy, and choices to women? Can we start What Women Want and What Girls Want campaigns in our schools, in our colleges, in our universities, in our corporates, in our NGOs? Can we start these initiatives so that we can get to know what women want and we can give them a voice and autonomy? Promoting gender parity in school environments. And this is again a very beautiful video. It is slightly longish, so I am going to speed up, no, not this one. Speed up the pace at which it is being played, because you will get the message.
Gender inequality is a profound injustice. It keeps millions of women around the world in poverty. Women are 1/2 of the world's population.
Is the speed all right? Or should I make it slower? 1 knot slower?
Can't see it.
It's fine? Pravina ji,
we cannot see the video, Ashraf.
Okay, because I paused the
Yet,
playing.
we are often denied equal access to health, education, and political and economic participation. It's first and foremost a rights issue, but gender inequality also significantly damages a country's economic development.
What's that got to do with me? I'm just a teacher, not a politician.
Teachers have enormous power to promote gender equity by modeling positive behavior in the classroom. Teachers often lose sight of the fact that if they have 40 students working in the classroom, they're working with 40 individuals. And each of those 40 is unique and special, with their own talents and with their own learning needs, and with the potential to be successful and happy if permitted and helped to be so. However, instead of seeing diverse individuals, many teachers simply see 20 males and 20 females. And when teachers think of children only in terms of their gender, they start to make all sorts of assumptions about them, about what they like, what they're good at, and even what they should end up doing when they leave school.
I can promise you that neither me nor any of my colleagues ever go into a classroom intending to discriminate. So how does it happen? Maybe gender bias can be so deeply rooted within us that we don't even recognize it.
She's right, you know. Come with me and let's see some of the ways in which teachers may unintentionally promote gender bias. Listen, teachers often assign tasks along gender lines.
I need 4 strong boys to move the desks. Girls, sweep up the floor when the desks have been moved.
Teachers also often ask questions in a way that makes an unnecessary distinction between the sexes.
What do the boys think? And what do the girls think?
Why would you expect all the boys to have one answer and all the girls to have a different answer because of their gender? We are your students. You know us. We are individuals. Research shows that boys generally receive more questions than girls.
Who can answer that one? Marco.
Teachers often encourage students to believe that certain emotions are unacceptable for one gender.
Stop that loud laughter. It's not ladylike. Okay, we get it. We get it.
Now, how about giving us some advice to help us change our behavior?
Encourage both genders to recognize that their adult lives will probably include work, parenting, and housework. Make sure your expectations are the same for all your students. Both boys and girls can succeed at math, science, language, art, and sport. Actively integrate groups of students by making sure boys and girls sit together in mixed groups. Remember, when you ask a question, boys are more likely to call out or raise their hands to volunteer answers. Girls tend to spend a few seconds thinking quietly to themselves. So after you ask a question, allow 3 to 5 seconds before calling on a student to answer. This means both boys and girls will be ready to answer. Being aware of our own gender bias and amending our behavior isn't easy. It needs us to embark on a process of reflection and change. Why not try working through our gender bias checklist?
I remember earlier on the questionnaire that I raised with you. That's almost like a gender bias checklist. And of course, you can go to this channel and figure out, some of the checklists that they are recommending. Another thing that I would like to recommend is that, girls are taught entrepreneurship skills, right from a very young age. I remember when, people ask me, what is it that you do? Do you go for a job? There's nothing wrong in doing a job, but, people find it very surprising to know that I am an entrepreneur. I have consultants working with me as part of my team. I travel to places independently. My organization does work for schools and works with school leaders. So how about starting entrepreneurial skills, marketing skills, sales, operations, learning finances, taxation, seed funding, startup projects, learning from success stories and failure stories of women entrepreneurs and men entrepreneurs for the girl child and for the young girl, as well as for the boys. How about skill development in terms of negotiation skills? learning leadership skills for girls, team building skills, collaboration skills, decision-making skills. I remember, we had a professor from the Aga Khan University who was an ethicist, and he taught us to take decisions, using a decision-making school, especially in hospitals, that is utilized in hospitals. And that was the first time I learned how to make decisions in a strategic and systematic manner in my life, which was much later in my adulthood. So how about teaching decision-making and making choices from a very young age to girls, practicing autonomy, having self-confidence and self-development, self-esteem development? These are a few recommendations. Another thing that I recommend that, girls should have exposure to is case studies of women teams and women leadership. All right. And this is the last video that I'm going to share with you. It's a beautiful representation of a Flipkart case study where there is an all women's team and also led by a women leader. All right. And how they are bringing about transformation in the society over there. You can see that with you. Sorry, has it got hung?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm not expanding the view because it's getting hung up.
মোৰ দেউতাই যেহেতু সবজিৰ বিজনেস কৰি মোৰ ঘৰখন চলাই আছে আৰু মা মোৰ ঘৰৰ হাউস ওয়াইফে হয় লগতে আমাৰ যেটো হুটা কটা বুলি কোৱা হয় ন হুটা কাটে এৰি হুটা মুগা হুটা দেন আমাৰ কাপোৰ বোৱা হয় তো এইবিলাক কৰি আমি ঘৰখন চলাই আছো মই গ্ৰেজুৱেচন কমপ্লিট কৰি মোৰ ওচৰৰ যিবিলাক ল'ৰা ছোৱালী আছিলে ন হিহঁতক মই টিউচন কৰি মোৰ ঘৰত সাপোৰ্ট কৰিছো এজ এ টিউচন কৰি লগতে মোৰ দেউতাকো অকমান হেল্প কৰিছো এজ এ আমাৰ ঘৰখন চলোৱাৰ কাৰণে তো এইটো কাৰণে দেউতাৰ দুখ কষ্ট দেখিব নোৱাৰি কাৰণে আমি ঘৰখন চলাবলৈ অসুবিধা হয় কাৰণে আমি এই ফ্লিপকাৰ্টত জয়েন কৰা হৈছিলে 2012 মই মোৰ দেউতাক হেৰুৱাইছো যেতিয়া মোৰ বয়স আছিল 12 বছৰ আৰু তেতিয়াৰ পৰা মই দেখি আহিছো মোৰ মায়ে কিমান ষ্ট্ৰাগল কৰিছে আনকি মোৰ পঢ়া খৰচ মায়ে মাটি বন্ধত ৰাখিও মোক পঢ়াইছে মই বৰ্তমান ফ্লিপকাৰ্টত এজ এ এক্সিকিউটিভ হিচাপে কাম কৰি আছো
This is one of the dream project for Flipkart where all women are made to learn and work the different roles right from security, housekeeping, planning and operational roles.
ফ্লিপকাৰ্টে ইমানখিনি হেল্প কৰিছে যাৰ কাৰণে এই গাঁৱলীয়া অঞ্চলৰ সকলো ছোৱালীয়ে নিজৰ সপোন নিজে ৰচিব পাৰিছে
I'm not playing the entire video, but you understand, what I'm trying to convey. It's such a huge team of women with all women leaders, and they are managing and they are delivering so many orders, more than 70,000 orders, if I'm not mistaken, on a daily basis, or 7,000 orders on a daily basis. And they are able to crack this off independently without the support of men. And bravo to Flipkart to take an initiative like that in Assam, where they're also improving the quality of lives of the women who are in distress over there and improving the lives of the families over there by integrating women into the workforce. So that's a wonderful example over there. Thank you so much on that note for being such a patient audience. I know I've taken quite some time, but I think and I trust that I have conveyed the messages that I wish to convey through this presentation. And each one of you is going away today with some significant message that you are going to imbibe and integrate into your life as far as gender parity is concerned, and bringing about a contribution where gender stereotypes and discrimination can get eliminated or at least reduced in our society, especially in the Indian society. All right. So those are some of my contact details. My email address is provided. And just for your awareness, I run a YouTube channel, especially for parents and educators. It's called the Resilient Global Citizen Series. Do check it out in order to get some more ideas for parents and educators and academia. Thank you so much on that note.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Ashraf, ma'am. Your approach to tackling such an important and often overlooked issue was both informative and inspiring. I appreciated how you skillfully combined multimedia elements with interactive activities to engage the audience and drive home the key messages. The use of videos not only reinforced the points you made, but also made a powerful emotional dimension to the discussion. The activities you organized provided a practical way for us to internalize and reflect on the subject matter. It was not only education, but also an opportunity for us to engage in self-reflection. Your guidance and facilitation during these activities were exemplary and greatly contributed to their effectiveness.
Thank you. Thank you so
Once
much.
again, I thank you for sharing your expertise and knowledge with us. Your session has not only expanded our understanding of gender stereotypes, but also motivated us to be more mindful and proactive in challenging these stereotypes. Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming. And we are very happy that you have readily accepted our invitation. And you are always with us.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's always a pleasure, Dr. Sai Leela and Dr. Praveena and all the stakeholders. All the
1 minute, Sai Leela. 2 minutes. I just need to thank Ashraf. Ashraf?
Yes, Praveena, Dr. Praveena.
Excellent. Very inspiring. Your videos were very inspiring, thought-provoking. It just stimulated our minds. Like, really, it is worth listening to you and sharing your video. Maybe you can share your PowerPoint and videos so that we can share it in our classrooms, which will be of great help to our students also. Really thankful for you to accepting our invitation, being with us. Really wonderful to have you, Ashraf. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Praveena. I'll be delighted to share my presentation for the students and all those who are interested.
We can have a photo, ma'am. All of you, please remain calm for the photo.
Yes, sure.
Ma'am, please stop your presentation. Is your presentation?
Oh, all right. You want me to... Yeah, is that good?
No, ma'am, still on PPT.
Is that all right?
No, ma'am. Stop your presentation. PPT.
The PPT is on, my dear.
No, it's in the screen. Visible on the screen.
It's not visible on the screen?
It's visible.
Yeah, it's visible for me.
No, we want you to close and we want to come all of the participants to come on to the video.
All right. So you want me to close the screen sharing?
Yeah.
All right. Just give me a moment. I'm having a little bit of a technical thing today for some reason, but I'm so glad that, you know, it's functioned beautifully despite all glitches in my preparation. Oh. Yeah. Okay. One. Oh, I'm not getting the option of stopping to share, my dear. Stop video. No, but stop video. Sorry. How do I stop sharing the screen?
Go to screen share and stop sharing there.
Yeah.
Click share screen. The down arrow is there. Share screen.
All right. Yeah, so I click that. New share. Advanced sharing options. One button. So sorry, but I am not able to find that pause share. Okay, I got it.
Can you stop sharing, Sandra?
Yeah.
I'm checking, ma'am. I'm checking.
So I have pause sharing. That's the option that I'm getting.
No pause. You have to stop.
Oh my goodness. I don't know why it's not visible.
Okay. I think it's over, ma'am.
It's over?
All of you, please come to the video. Come to the video.
Yeah, I'd love to see the people who actually participated in the activities. Divya.
Yes, please, all of you come on the video.
Then who else? Venkatesh ji. Yes, absolutely. I can see your smiling face. And I'm sure all of you participated, but not everybody feels comfortable about sharing on such a large platform. We are used to it. So next time, do make it a point to share. I can see your smiling faces. So I know I've done something good, as far as learning is concerned. Yeah. So we can click the picture, Dr. Sai Leela, without any delay.
Yes, ma'am. I'll do it. Wait, ma'am, please. Wait. I don't know whether it is taking photo or not. Let me check, please, wait.
Can someone else also click a picture?
Please, someone, any other people can take a photo.
I think that'll be a good idea.
Yes. You take this. I will put it.
So we can go to the gallery view. Go to the gallery view. I can
This is
see
the gallery,
the,
but I don't know whether photo. I am taking from my laptop.
I can see only 6 participants, including myself. Everybody else
yes,
is video
ma'am,
shy. What is it?
Photos are
Come on the video.
Yes, people, others, come on the video.
I can see only
Ashraf,
5
I am
people.
visible.
Yeah,
Ashraf,
you're visible, Pravina. You are the heroine of the of the entire event. You and Dr. Sai Leela.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see if I can.
Okay, ma'am. It's over. No one is coming. Other than 8 people, no one is coming.
Let's take one picture.
Another one picture. Yes. One of the
I can see myself clicking a picture. This is hilarious. I hope somebody can take a picture of me.
Yes, ma'am.
Dr. Sai Leela, have you clicked the picture?
Ma'am, we have the video also, ma'am. YouTube live streaming is available. You can see anytime.
Yes, thank you. All right, I think let's proceed before they say that you are too occupied with photographs.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
And now I think Subhash want to share a video for a minute, I think. Sir, please share the video for a minute only, sir. It's already time. Participants are waiting to present their paper.
Just for 2 minutes. 1 minute. Venkat sir has presented about the puja of Durga, Shakti, the goddess Parvati. And in our Gujarat, we are celebrating Navratri festival. And we are playing Garba. In whole Gujarat, we are organizing such a nice program of Garba. And I want to share a famous Garba of Vadodara. Vadodara is a district of Gujarat. And I want to share, just play for 1 minute. I will skip wherever required. Okay, so let's watch it. Too much crowd, but all of they are playing in a very nice way. So this is the crowd who are playing Garba in Gujarat. Okay, thank you. I will share its link to. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, once again, I thank all the organizers and Ashraf Nurani ma'am for making this program a grand success. Thank you. We will meet in some other occasions. We like to meet again and again by God's grace. Let us check whether it is happening. Thank you so much for all. The participants, those who are scheduled at 12 p.m. can join the session in few minutes. Thank you all. The feedback form was already posted in the chat box. Kindly find it and fill the form. Until that, this platform will be open. Others, those who want to join for the technical session at 12 p.m., please join. Thank you.